There are 4 business models when it comes to sourcing products for Amazon. What's up guys, it's Blizzy here with another FBA video, and today I'm going to be breaking down the 4 different business models when it comes to sourcing products for Amazon, the pros and cons of each one, the one I currently use and think is the best overall. That way you can be well informed of each model and decide for yourself which will best suit your Amazon business lifestyle. Pay attention. There are 4 business models when it comes to sourcing products for Amazon. RA, which is retail arbitrage, OA, online arbitrage, wholesale, and PL, private label. Let's break down the first one, RA, retail arbitrage. This is when you source products by physically going to a retail store like Walmart, Target, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, etc., and scan each product on shelves to find a profitable product that you can sell for a profit on Amazon. The second one is OA, or online arbitrage. This is similar to retail arbitrage, but the difference is, you guessed it, you're sourcing products online through the retailer's website. The third is wholesale. This is where you contact the brand directly or go through a distributor and purchase products in bulk and resell it on Amazon for a profit. And the fourth is private label. This is where you purchase a product in bulk from a manufacturer, typically overseas like China, then private label it with your brand name and then sell it on Amazon for a profit. Now, each business model has its own pros and cons. So let's take a look at the P's and C's for RA, retail arbitrage. We're gonna start with the pros here. The first pro is it's quick to start. You can execute this model very quickly by just running down to your local retail store and start looking for products. The second pro is immediate inventory. This model provides you with instant inventory due to the fact that you can find and ship a product to Amazon's warehouse that same day. You don't have to wait for lead times or shipping because you're physically picking up the products from the store. The third pro is high profits. Visiting liquidation stores or finding clearance items can mean super high margins. A product that generally goes for a high price on Amazon could be marked down exponentially due to it being on clearance. The fourth pro is low entry cost barrier. You could literally start with as low as 20 to 50 bucks. Retail stores generally have no minimum order requirements, so you don't need a really high budget to start this model. Now let's talk about what they don't tell you, the cons. The first con for retail arbitrage is that it can be super time consuming because you're going to stores searching for profitable products for hours, and sometimes you might leave with nothing. Think about it. You're scanning so many products just to find the needle in a haystack. The second con is inconsistent inventory or unreplenishable inventory. The availability of profitable products for this model can be unpredictable. You might find a profitable product today, but the store might only have 1 or 2 quantities of that item. Or you might find a product that has a large quantity, but that may be the last time you ever sell that product due to it not being replenishable. The third con is high competition and saturation. Now granted, competition is always going to be a factor when selling on Amazon, but this model generally suffers the most due to how easy it is to source products with RA. You'll be competing with other RA sellers who are hitting up the same stores as you are. The fourth con is low scalability probability. I like the way that ranks. Low scalability probability. The likelihood of you scaling your business into a multi-million-dollar company is going to be low for this one due to the nature of the business model. There's lots of inconsistencies, so it's not the best model if you're looking to scale quickly. Now let's go over to one of my favorites, OA, or online arbitrage. Let's start with the pros. The first pro for OA is wide range of products. With OA, you have access to a vast selection of products from various online retailers and marketplaces. You can easily search for products from different categories with little to no boundaries. The second pro is convenience. The convenience with OA is unmatched. You can source products from literally anywhere with just a laptop and Wi-Fi connection. There's no need to physically visit the stores. The third pro is cost effectiveness. Apart from it also having a low cost entry barrier, you're also saving money on vehicle fuel due to the fact that you're not having to drive all over the city to visit stores. The fourth pro is delegation. You can hire someone from foreign countries at super affordable labor costs to find you products, and all you do is make the purchase. Pro tip, the more you delegate in this business, the more you win. Here's one more. No minimum order requirement. You can order as low as 1 unit of an item, as this is helpful, especially when you want to test how well a product does first before going full blast on max purchase. Although this is one of my favorite models, it also has its cons. And the first con is limit on order quantity. A lot of retailers will limit you on how many units of a product you can buy. So let's say you find a product that does really well, Unfortunately, that retailer might have a max limit of 2 to 3 units that you can purchase at a time, which honestly sucks. The second con is cancels. That's a lot of lipstick you got there, buddy.
Yeah, what the hell?
Jeff is a male too.
I can explain. No,
What the heck? 30 lipsticks?
Yeah, cancel it.
Now we're canceling this order. Every seller's nightmare. Unfortunately, you will get flagged as a reseller from time to time, especially when attempting to place large quantity orders. And some retailers are not reseller friendly, especially when it comes to FBA sellers. The third con is inconsistent price of goods. Price constantly changes on retail stores. A product may be profitable today, but not tomorrow. Now let's take a look at my favorite of them all, wholesale. Here are the pros. The first pro for wholesale is larger orders. Music to my ears. Unlike the other two business models, you can order larger quantities of an item with this business model. I'm talking thousands. This will allow you to have a strong inventory stock. The second pro is negotiating. You can negotiate prices with distributors and suppliers to get the best price possible to maximize your profits. Next is consistency. The consistency when it comes to wholesale is amazing because you're simply rinsing and repeating your systems. Inventory runs out, you close in on your profits, you order more. You repeat the cycle over and over again, printing lots and lots of Benjamins. The fourth is scalability. When it comes to scaling, wholesale is the way to go. It gives you more structure when planning inventory and you get a more concrete projection of profits. Now let's see what the cons are. The first con is lower profit margins. Margins are generally low when it comes to the wholesale model, especially when buying from a distributor and not brand direct. You win with volume in this model. The second is overstock. Because you're purchasing in bulk, you may run into the issue of too much inventory, and this may slow down profits when no sales are happening. The third is minimum order requirement. Oftentimes, brands or distributors may require a minimum order to be able to purchase in bulk. For example, you may just be starting your business and not want to spend $10,000 on one product, but the only way to get that wholesale price is by abiding by that minimum order requirement. The fourth is bigger budget. The wholesale model typically requires a bigger budget, especially when dealing with minimum order requirements. Remember, volume is the winning play when it comes to wholesale, so you're gonna need a strong budget for this one. Now finally, private labeling. Here are the pros. Brand ownership. When it comes to private labeling, you have complete control over your brand and product, which allows for an exit strategy opportunity if you decide to sell your brand. The second pro is higher profit margins. With your own brand, you can set higher prices and enjoy better profit margins due to the fact that you're the only seller typically selling that brand, which leads to my next pro, less competition. Since you're selling a unique brand, you have less direct competition compared to selling established brands that typically have other third-party sellers on that listing. Curious about the cons? Don't worry, I gotcha. The first con is higher initial investment. Creating a private label brand requires more of an upfront investment for product development, branding, and marketing, which leads to my next con, advertising. Remember, you're creating your own brand, so you'll need to advertise because nobody knows about your product yet. The third con is higher risk. Since you're creating a new brand, there's a higher risk of failure if the brand isn't attractive to buyers. You have to test out how customers will react to your product, and unfortunately, it could fail, which means losing money. Now, I must say it is possible to lose money when attempting any of these 4 business models, especially when not executed correctly. So plan and strategize. You're your own CEO when running your Amazon business. So now that you know the 4 different business models and their pros and cons, you can now plan accordingly and decide which model you're gonna go with. Now, if you're a beginner and just getting started, I recommend starting off with retail arbitrage to get your feet wet due to it being the quickest strategy and easiest to begin. Now, if you wanna know exactly how I scaled from this to this in less than 6 months and the exact strategy I used in figuring out the best business model, shoot me a follow on Instagram at WatchBlair and DM me the phrase FBA model. And I'll send you a blueprint of the business model I went with. If you enjoyed this video and found it super helpful, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to help with the YouTube algorithm. And also let me know down in the comments which business model you're most likely gonna go with. With that being said, I'll see you next time. Peace.